أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين. My dear respected elders and brothers, mothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are starting from ayat number 22, where in Surah Al-Rum, this is the 30th surah of the Quran, and it is in the 21st chapter, the 21st juz, or para. Last week we ended off on two ayats, which Allah Ta'ala is going to speaking about in the next few ayats like this, where Allah Ta'ala will talk about His signs. Even the whole world is called alameen, and alameen means alama, meaning a sign. And each thing in this world is a sign indicating towards its sani', its creator. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spends many ayats of the Quran talking about His signs, the things that now indicate towards His qudra and indicate towards that He's the creator. Of course, we cannot see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nor does Allah ta'ala talk to us like He talked to the Anbiya and the prophets of Allah ta'ala. So insan will have to look at the signs around him and the things in the world and see the great phenomena that are around him, the skies and the earth and the animals and all the different incredible aspects of the earth, and that will let him know and let him see that there's a creator and that this creator is one. Last week we talked about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us from our origin. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَكُم مِّن تُرَابٍ. Our father Adam alayhi salam, he was created from dust. ثُمَّ إِذَا أَنْتُمْ بَشَرٌ تَنْتَشِرُونَ. Then suddenly you were human beings spread all about, walking all around in millions and billions in number. And then of course after that, how did we grow and how did we come to this great large population of humans? So Allah Ta'ala mentioned after that, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. Allah Ta'ala created from your own selves, meaning from Adam alayhi salam, your partners, your wives. لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, so that you can seek peace through them. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. And Allah Ta'ala has put between the wife and the husband affection and rahmah, mercy. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And if a person makes tafakkur, just doesn't look at it in a very broad, in a very shallow sense, but looks at it in a very deep sense and starts making tafakkur and sees how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the male and the female, and how this male and female are attracted to each other, and how they come together in nikah, and how they reproduce other children after that, then a person will see from that tafakkur and from that contemplation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who created this great, incredible relationship between man and woman. After this, of course, all of our relationships are, of course, not only through male and female, but we have relationships with friends and family, and sometimes we're not even friends and family. Sometimes we recognize each other from the places where we are from the looks that we have, from the countries, from the different cultures and the heritages, and things like this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses this and He says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And from the signs of Allah Ta'ala is the creation of the skies and the earth. And we will see this all the time in the Quran. We have discussed it before always, that Allah Ta'ala, many a time, to show His qudrat and to show His power, He brings these two great creations, the skies and the earth. They are such creations that are basically hovering over us, and they are beneath us at all times. We are always walking on the earth or the skies above us. And there are those creations also with many other, like the stars and the planets and also the mountains and all of these great creations that no man or no person ever or will ever have the audacity or to have the nerve and say that we were taking part in the creation of that or we created it. Everybody understands and knows only Allah Ta'ala is the one who created the skies and the earth. So Allah Ta'ala mentions them in regards to how He created the first things. He mentions it on the continuous contemplation that we're supposed to have, and looking at it and knowing about Allah Ta'ala. And we'll do many surahs at the ending of the Quran where Allah Ta'ala mentions how He will initiate the Qiyamah, and these are the first things that Allah Ta'ala will destroy. The great skies, and the great earth, and the ocean, and the mountains. Allah Ta'ala pinpoints and emphasizes these creations that we all thought would be there forever. Allah Ta'ala will start the Qiyamah with these type of creations. So when we look at the skies, incredible, the clouds and the color of it, there's no pillars holding it up, and Allah Ta'ala will talk about that aspect later in a few ayats. We see that Allah Ta'ala is the one that's created these skies. It's a sign of His qudrat and His power. And the earth also is a sign of His power. And what else? وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ. And your different languages and your different colors. To recognize and to appreciate the different cultures and the different languages and the different looks of insan. Allah Ta'ala has not created us like He's created the animals. Though we know, and if we study and we look and we see the people on National Geographic, they can tell that this tiger is a male and a female, and they have names for them. And even they sometimes have to mark them. Why? They look the same. They don't look different. Two monkeys come next to each other, another two monkeys come, and it looks like the same two monkeys that just passed right now. The other creations, many of them, they look the same. They look similar to each other. There's really no difference in them. But in regards to insan, forget about our looks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about the fingerprints even. That Allah ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah will raise us with those different and diverse fingerprints. The ends of our fingers are all different. So Allah ta'ala has created some of us with different languages. Al-Sina actually is the plural word for lisan, which means the tongues. And in the Arabic language, this is not something which is irregular, that the Arabs, they will say a word and they will speak that word and use the means of it, but they actually mean the result of it. So the means of speaking is the al-sina, it's the tongue. But the musabbab and the thing that emanates from that and the result of the tongue moving is languages. So that's why Allah Ta'ala is not talking about that we all have different tongues, and now we're supposed to all pull our tongue out and say, look, who's bigger, who's is not bigger. Our tongues are similar. So if a person thinks like that, all the tongues are similar. Why is Allah Ta'ala saying we have different tongues? No, it's not about that. Allah Ta'ala here means, يعني لغتكم. يعني باختلاف اللغات. Allah Ta'ala has created us with different languages. Some are speaking Urdu, some are speaking English, some are speaking Arabic, some are speaking Spanish, some are speaking Swedish, and there's so many other languages that we don't even know about, and if we try to learn them throughout our life, we would never be able to learn them also. Incredible different languages all around. And we know from these ayat and different ayat also, that the main thing is not now so that we must fight with the person who doesn't speak our language. It's all just لِتَعَارَفُوا, so that we recognize each other, that this person comes from a certain place and they have a different language. And this person has a different color. Just so that we can understand and we can recognize each other. But, إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. It's not about the language you speak, nor is it about the color of your skin, but it's about the taqwa. That's the criterion, and that's what Allah Ta'ala is looking for, and that's the meter in the eyes of Allah Ta'ala, that who can claim that they are better and they are not. And even the ones who have more taqwa, they will never claim that they're better than anyone anyway. But in the eyes of Allah Ta'ala, it's the one who has the taqwa, that's why. So Allah Ta'ala says, that Allah Ta'ala has created the different languages, وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ, and the different colors. Some of us all have different pigmentations and different colors of our skin. Allah Ta'ala says, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالِمِينَ. This is a sign, in that, there are many signs for that person who has ilm, and that person who has knowledge. The person who has knowledge understands and sees that all of these different creations of Allah Ta'ala, and all these different people who are speaking different languages and with different colors, it all has come from one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course, it is a great virtue of our deen that we can read these ayat of Quran and we can really appreciate them. Not that we would read this ayat and say that people have different languages and people have different colors, they have their lives and we have our lives. No. We know that when we go for the Hajj, and not even when we go for the Hajj, in our own masajid, mashallah, we have people from Africa. We have people from England and London. We have people from Iraq. We have people from America. We have people from India and Pakistan. We have people from all walks of life, from everywhere. And if you go to the Hajj, you'll see they are coming from everywhere. Different colors and different languages, all on one deen. This not only shows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator, but it also shows that the haqq and the truth is the deen of Islam. Because our Islam is not synonymous and specified with one person. That only Indian people, like for example, the Hindu religion and other religions, it's only for Indian. Okay, some other people, there are some white people here and they are accepting the Hinduism and they are wearing some sari and they're walking around the street jogging all the time. You've seen them before. They're also accepting the Hinduism and stuff like that. But akthariyat, and you'll find that mostly, the majority of them are coming from India. And from other places, which are a few places in the Middle East, and that's it. But you'll go in other parts of it and you'll never find it. But Islam, everywhere you'll find that the religion doesn't hold anyone back also. Doesn't say that, no, you can't come in because you're a certain type of person, or you have a certain skin color, or a certain background. And nor does this religion ever reject anybody. It never rejects anyone. Anybody can accept this deen. So this is a sign that the deen is haqq also. Because that Lord, who's the one who gave us this deen, He's the one who created all these people. Allah Ta'ala says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ مَنَامُكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ وَابْتِغَاؤُكُمْ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَسْمَعُونَ. Allah Ta'ala says, and from amongst His signs, مَنَامُكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ, it is your sleeping in the nighttime, which will, in a couple hours, maybe we will be doing that. This is a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know that death, it is a sign also. And the death is mentioned in Arabic, that the sleep is the sister of death. An-nawm ukhtul maut. It is the sister of death. Every day when we go to sleep and we read the dua that, oh Allah, I'm going to die right now. I'm going to lay down right now. Bismillahi amutu wa ahya. Oh Allah, I'm in the name of Allah Ta'ala, I live and I die. Because every night when we go to sleep, it's mentioned in hadith also, there's another ayat inshallah which we'll do later on, that every time when we go to sleep, Allah Ta'ala is such that He suspends our ruh over us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes a decision every night that is that ruh going to go back into the servant, or am I going to keep it for myself and that person will never be able to wake up and die in sleep. Every night while we're sleeping, this decision is being made. And when we wake up, basically the ruh is coming back into us. That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the sunnah, when we wake up we say, Alhamdulillahi ladhi ahyana. Allah Ta'ala is the one that put my ruh back in. And He gave me life again. Ba'dama amatana. After He gave me something like death. وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورِ. And one day I won't wake up. One day I will die, and then the next time I'll wake up will be on the day of Qiyamah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises me before Him. So Allah Ta'ala says, مَنَامُكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ, you're sleeping in the night, وَالنَّهَارِ, and also in the daytime, if you are sleeping, or some ulama say, وَالنَّهَارِ means that you're working in the day, which is going to come in the next part of the ayat. Some of us, we have to sleep during the day. So this ayat shows that you can't sleep during the day, but of course it should not be in excess. We should not sleep in excess during the day. The best time to sleep during the day is the qaylullah. They say, إِذَا تَغَدَّى تَمَدَّى. Right? When you eat your lunch, then therefore stretch out and go to sleep. وَإِذَا تَعَشَّى تَمَشَّى. And when you eat your dinner, then walk a little bit after. Exercise a little bit after you eat it, and don't go right to sleep. So during the day, what we call qaylullah, where after in the afternoon, in English they call siesta. The hot countries do it. Right across in Mexico they do it also. That's why we call it siesta. It's too hot to do anything. So they take a small nap during the day. If a person chooses to, then they should do that. But otherwise, sleeping in the morning all the way to 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, then wake up, eat something, then go back to sleep, then this is you're getting ready for the qabr. You're practicing for the qabr. This is not right. You're living, right? You should live. You should live and you should, live and see life. You should not get ready for the qabr. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here that the sleeping in the night and the day, this is a sign from Allah ta'ala. Also, وَابْتِغَائِكُم مِّن فَضْلِهِ. And also your acquisition and your seeking the sustenance of Allah ta'ala. When we go to work. It's not that 1, 2, 3 of us, all of us during the day, and that some of us are endowed and Allah ta'ala has given us incredible wealth and we don't have to work. But the majority of us, 99% of us, every morning we are going out and there's millions and millions of people, everybody gets the job and everybody's making some money, there's enough money for all of us. And every day we go and we seek our sustenance and we come back and we bring it home and we provide for our families. All of this is from the qudrat of Allah ta'ala. Allah ta'ala has put the value in money. Allah ta'ala has given us the ability that we can work, different skills that we have. We have to appreciate the skills of insan. Today in America, a person is only appreciated if he has a degree. Right? But then when you make your house and you need tiles on the floor, then that guy that has a degree, he can't bring the tiles, right? Bring the guy to bring the tiles. You got to appreciate that guy. That's an important work. Right? The floor men, it's important work that they do. The people who, forget about that, the ones that we don't even like to go next to, sanitation department. The people who pick up garbage. Just one day let them have a strike. Just one day let them say that we are fed up, we're not going to pick up the garbage. And you'll see you won't even go outside. All the garbage will be flying all over the place. The stench and the smell that will be all over New York, it'll be crazy. So each person we have to appreciate. Every morning when the train, there's someone who's operating that train. Every morning the food comes to us and we eat a nice plate of food. What was the process and the different things that food came? Just a little small potato we are cutting. The farmer put that potato in, he farmed it. After that, he passed it on to the next person. That person then delivered it to the store. Then the store packed it out. Then after that, you brought it home. Your wife cooked it. And then we have the nerve to say, it doesn't taste good. What kind of food is this? How many khidmat and how much service was that? And it only cost you about 45 cents. 25 cents the potato. But how much work and where that potato came from, Idaho. It traveled all the way from there, all the way to your plate. And then you can't even make shukr and say, thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what you have provided for me. So, وَابْتَغَاؤُكُم مِّن فَضْلِي. This whole work that we are doing all day and seeking the sustenance of Allah ta'ala and the rizq of Allah ta'ala, fadl means rizq. This is one of the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَسْمَعُونَ. These are signs for those people who listen. Look at Allah ta'ala. He's saying, عَالَمِينَ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Right? All these different things Allah ta'ala is saying, the faculties. We have to use it for the sake of Allah ta'ala. We have to listen and hear for the sake of Allah ta'ala. We have to make tafakkur and think for the sake of Allah ta'ala. We have to use our ilm and our knowledge for the sake of Allah ta'ala. These faculties have been given to us to first of all recognize Allah ta'ala. Then the other things we use it for, that's all also there. We're going to listen to other stuff as well. We're going to learn and understand other things as well. We're going to be sometimes contemplating and thinking about other things as well. But the first place we're supposed to be using these faculties is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we're using it on other things that we never used it on Allah ta'ala, then we have lost in this world. Allah ta'ala says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ يُرِيكُمُ الْبَرْقَ خَوْفًا وَطَمَعًا وَيُنَزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَيُحْيِي بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. Allah Ta'ala says that وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and from His signs, يُرِيكُمُ الْبَرْقَ, Allah Ta'ala shows you the lightning. Al-Barq means lightning. Allah Ta'ala shows you this lightning. Why does He show it to you? خَوْفًا وَطَمَعًا. Khawfan, to put fear in you. Sometimes the lightning is followed by thunder. So it can be a source of fear. That a person sees that lightning for a soul, say, so you don't get struck by lightning. And then after that, that thunder comes. A person starts thinking also, which you call ra'ad, right? Surah Ra'ad also comes as well. That the angels, they get afraid, and the animals get afraid. And we're also supposed to think, what force and sound that thunder is. I wonder how strong and Allah Ta'ala is. The quwwat and the qudrat of Allah Ta'ala, how much How much that must be. This is just the creation of Allah Ta'ala. It's harmless also. It just makes a sound. But what about those sounds in Jahannam that are being made and people will be punished because of those sounds? A person should be fearful and know that this is the qudrat of Allah Ta'ala. Khawfan also can mean as a source of fear for the person who's on the road and a musafir. He gets scared. You're on the road on a long trip with your family. Now the lightning comes and now you know the storm is going to come. And now you get scared and you're afraid. But Allah Ta'ala, out of His mercy, He shows you it before. It's not that the rain comes down one shot, and now you're stuck in the middle. No, there are some muqaddamat, we call it, some introductions. And Allah Ta'ala sends down lightning, and then some drizzles come, gives you enough time to pull over to the side and go to a hotel or something and get out of the way of the storm. وَطَمَعًا, and there are so many people who have a great desire for the rain to come. Going back again to that potato. and the farmers and people who are benefiting from this rain. I was just seeing yesterday on my phone, someone sent me a video, and there was one guy, he was selling water. And he wasn't selling it, he had a machine next to him, and he was a machine for running. And he had all the water there, bottles, all different bottles there. And he said people were coming and they want water, and the person was coming and taking water from him. And he was saying, they said, how much is the water? He said, it's no price. You have to run 2 miles on this. When you run 2 miles, I'll give you the water. So America exercised people. He found some people who were ready for it. One lady, man, got on, and they started running. And when they finished 2 miles, good, there's the water. And they started drinking. So what are you doing? He said, he says, water, look, where's the water? He said, the water means it says Somalia on it. Ah, this is Somalia. This is water from Somalia. Ah, what's in the water? Turn it around. All the diseases were in the water. All the diseases that come in the water in Somalia, they were all there. Then, of course, obviously he didn't put it in there, but he just made a label like that. And he said, oh, these are all the labels and stuff. She said, what about the running? He said, that's how much the kids have to run and walk to get their water. And that's the water that they get with all these sicknesses there. That's how much they have to walk. Donate towards this thing. We are trying to bring water in Somalia and bring water to different places. It was incredible idea he had. And people were taken aback that, wow, look at this. We don't appreciate these type of things. So tama'a, there are so many people in the world, when they see lightning, we say, oh man, what a groggy day. Oh, it's going to be hell getting to work today. All the rain is there. But what about those countries that are in drought? When that lightning comes, they have so much tama'a and so much hope for that water to come. Or the farmers who want their crops to grow and their livelihood is in there. They look at that rain and they say, oh my God, now the rain is coming. So many things we don't appreciate, which other people are wishing for. So this rain comes as a source of fear for some, and for some it is a source of hope. وَيُنَزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً. And again, Allah Ta'ala goes back. And He sends the water down from the sky. It's Allah Ta'ala who sends it down from the sky. فَيُحْيِي بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا. And He brings life through that water, al-arda, to the earth, بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا, after it passed away. After it got all dried up, it was just sand and dirt, and there was no vegetation coming. Allah Ta'ala rains on it, and then all the vegetation, and all the plants, and all the fruits that come out from there after that. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. This is a sign for those people who have aql, who are thinking that look at this is the great, only Allah Ta'ala can do this. And I will also be raised one day like that as well. All of these are the signs of Allah Ta'ala. Some more signs. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَن تَقُومَ السَّمَاءُ وَالْأَرْضُ بِأَمْرِهِ ثُمَّ إِذَا دَعَاكُمْ دَعْوَةً مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ إِذَا أَنْتُمْ تَخْرُجُونَ. And the last from these type of ayats where Allah Ta'ala says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, from His signs, Allah Ta'ala says, and from amongst His signs is that the skies and the earth, they are established. بِأَمْرِهِ, through His order. Right? The sky, when Allah Ta'ala says the sky here and it being established, of course a person might say that, what do you mean the sky is established? It's just gases, it's just something over, it's just empty air. So many times Allah Ta'ala, when He says as-sama, He means saqaf as-sama, the roof of the skies. And there are roofs, there's 7 of them over us. Rasulullah, when He went to the Miraj, He went up and there was a door for each one. And those are the saqaf, and those are the roofs of the skies that will break on the day of Qiyamah. It's not the sky we see here, it's just gases. But that those roofs will fall, and then after that, that's what we'll see. The roofs will fall, and the angels will be falling from it on the day of Qiyamah. So Allah Ta'ala says, the skies, meaning the roofs of the skies, they are erected without any pillars by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the earth also is erected. A person might say also, the earth erected? How is the earth erected? It's just we're standing on the floor. The floor is the floor. It's sitting on the floor. How is it erected? Now when we come back and we leave from our place that we're standing right now, and we just go back and back and back and back, then we see the earth is just a small little dot in the middle of space. And right next to it there's the big sun. And there's all these things that are so bigger, so much bigger. The sky, when we look at it now, then we see, the earth, it is suspended. It is being held up by Allah Ta'ala. We are being held up by Allah Ta'ala. The whole space is being held up by Allah Ta'ala. The Amri, through His order. No one else can do it. Nobody even cares about it, right? Everybody, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. If Allah Ta'ala was to send a message, okay, we just need you to hold up the sky and the earth for one day. So what do you people are going to say? All the countries in the world will just be at the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala says, ثُمَّ إِذَا دَعَاكُمْ دَعْوَةً. Then you, when you are called with one call, meaning when Allah Ta'ala blows that horn, blows the, has Israfil, has Israfil blow the bugle. So, min al-ard, when Allah Ta'ala calls you one call from the earth, إِذَا أَنْتُمْ تَخْرُجُونَ, then you will all come out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from your qabrs and from your graves and go to the mahshar and the field of Qiyamah. Allah Ta'ala after that says, وَلَهُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ كُلٌّ لَهُ قَانِتُونَ. Allah Ta'ala says that for Him is whoever is in the skies and the earth. It all belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. كُلٌّ لَهُ قَانِتُونَ, and each one of them will be obedient to Allah Ta'ala. We can say that they are obedient to Allah Ta'ala right now. Allah Ta'ala, we're doing basically whatever Allah Ta'ala wants us to do. So we are all obedient to Allah Ta'ala, or it could be on the day of Qiyamah, that everyone will be obedient to Allah Ta'ala. And Allah Ta'ala, everything belongs to Him, يَوْمَ إِذٍ لِلَّهِ, on the day of Qiyamah. That's the day where the power and the greatness of Allah Ta'ala will be undeniable. يَوْمَ إِذٍ لِلَّهِ. No one will have power, no one will have any riyasat, any type of high level status, that on the day of Qiyamah they can put up their chin and say that, listen, I need some things to get done. No one will have that. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that the Ibn Adam and all of the servants of Allah Ta'ala will come in front of Allah Ta'ala كَأَنَّهُ بَدَجْ, like he's a small baby little lamb. Like the baby lamb comes out of the mother and it's all soaking wet with all of that gook and it can't even stand up. This is how insan will come in front of Allah Ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah. كُلُّ لَهُ قَانِتُونَ. All of them, they will be obedient to Allah Ta'ala on that day. Allah Ta'ala says after this, هُوَ الَّذِي يَبْدَأُ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَهُ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Allah Ta'ala says, and He is the one, meaning Allah, who initiated the creation, ثُمَّ يُعِيدُهُ, and then He will return that creation. He will create it again. وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ عَلَيْهِ, and it is more easy on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, here the word ahwan, in the Arabic language, it's what we call ism tafdeel, which means it means more than. For example, if I say, أَنَا أَطْيَبُ مِنْكَ, I'm more better than you. So أطيب, أفعل, أقوى, all these words on the same scale as أفعل, all of these words, they mean that better than or more than. So here it means that it is more easy on Allah Ta'ala. And here a complaint may come that everything's easy on Allah Ta'ala. How can something be more easy on Allah Ta'ala? Nothing is comparatively more easy or more difficult on Allah Ta'ala. Everything is the same in front of Allah Ta'ala. So how could it be saying that in Quran? So there's a couple of answers. One may be that ahwan means hayyin. It doesn't mean more easy. It means it's just easy on Allah Ta'ala. It is easy on Allah Ta'ala. So it doesn't mean more easy. Another answer could be that alayhi doesn't mean it's easier on Allah Ta'ala, but it means it's easier on the khalq, on us. Why? Because when we are created the first time, when we come into this earth, so we have 9 months that we pass in the womb of our mother. In there, many of the people don't even make it also. Miscarriage happens, something happens. If they do, fortunate to make it. So in those 9 months, how many complications and things go on? And you're drinking from the umbilical cord, drinking not even from the mouth. And after that, you are swimming in blood and swimming in that water of the womb for so many months. Then after that, the birth is so difficult to get out. Very hard place to get out of. And then after that, once you get out, then you have to go through the bait. There's a lot of different things you have to go until you become a grown-up. On the day of Qiyamah, finished. Allah Ta'ala will create you, and you'll be up like this, and that's it, finished in your last age. Okay, mashallah. So it's ahwanu alayhi, ahwanu al khalq. It's more easier on the creation when Allah Ta'ala will recreate us. Another answer could be that ahwan is in its original meaning. It means more easy. But Allah Ta'ala has just said it to make us understand, according to our aql. Right? Because we understand and we know, and it's the norm, that if you create something, so to create it first, it's much more difficult than to recreate it. For example, the cars now. The cars, they are developing so fast. Why? It's an easy job for them. All they are is building on what has already been created already. But what about the people who first created the car? What about the guy who did the first electric car? Or the person who's trying to make that first car that could be a plane and a boat and things like this? The inventions in the beginning are very, very difficult. When you make it the first time, it's more hard. Then to do it again, it's much easier. A bookshelf we bring from IKEA, we bring something, and we have 4 or 5 of them, the first one's very hard. We're screaming and cursing, and the wife has to bring us a cup of tea. We're sitting down. What the hell's wrong with this thing? Well, I mean, we're not doing it the right way. Finally, we finish. The second one is up in 5 minutes. Third one, 4 or 5 minutes. Then by the time we become a master after that. Now we're calling our friend, oh, you got one of those? I'll come over, I'll put it together for you. Right? So the first one was hard, but the other ones, they're very, very easy. Now Allah Ta'ala here is speaking according to our aql, according to our mind, that is understood that the first is hard and the second is easy. So Allah Ta'ala recreating the creation, it's more easy on Him. وَلَهُ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. And for Allah Ta'ala is the most highest similitude, the most highest example. What does this mean? There's another ayah we can understand is very easy. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There is no example for Allah Ta'ala. Allah is Mathalul A'la. He's the highest example. You can't compare anything to Him. So He is the highest example فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, in the skies and the earth. Therefore, there is no comparison to Him. Allahu Samad, Ghaniyun al-Alameen. He is independent. He is independent of all the world. Nothing is like Him. He is unique. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. And Allah Ta'ala, He is the mighty and He is Hakim. He is the one who's mighty. All of these things He's talked about, Allah Ta'ala has created them and He has more power on them. If He wants to change them, if Allah Ta'ala wants to bring the skies and make it the earth, and make the earth the skies, He can do it. This is what Aziz means. غَالِبْ عَلَى كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. Allah has made a certain affair and a certain way of things. But He can reverse it if He wanted to. He has that power. That's why when Shu'aib alayhi salam, when Salih took the camel out from the mountain, so the people were so astonished on how the camel can come out the mountain. So Mufassirin said that these people, they didn't know and didn't have the yaqeen, they didn't know the ability of Allah Ta'ala. If Allah Ta'ala wanted, He could have took the mountain out of the camel if He wanted to also. He could have took the mountain out of the camel if He wanted to as well. So Allah Ta'ala is Aziz and He's Hakim. He has the power to do whatever He wants, but Allah Ta'ala is not erratic. He's not going to flip the switch and go crazy and change things around like that. He's Hakim, He's the wise. And everything that He's created with wisdom, and it will stay on its course until the day of Qiyamah. Because Allah Ta'ala is Hakeem and He's wise. Inshallah, we'll stop there. The chai is here, and I don't know what else, sambosa and things like that. And once that comes, then, it's min ayatillah, right? This is from the signs of Allah Ta'ala, so we cannot deny it. So we, inshallah, will start, and we don't want the chai to get cold, inshallah. We'll carry on, inshallah, with the next ruku, and this surah is filled with, mashallah, very incredible things. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand Him. The purpose of this is that when we see the creation, we should always be thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything should be mansub to Allah Ta'ala. So sad are those people who are working amongst these things, and they are looking at these things, and they are studying it, but they are not thinking about Allah Ta'ala. They are not bringing all these things back and saying that there's a creator who has created this, and that's the one that we're supposed to be so amazed with, and He's the one we're supposed to worship. And then after that, we study it, and we explore, and we do all these things. But we should know the source of it. Allah Ta'ala has given us the source. Now, inshallah, you can study and you can find out all the different phenomena and all the great things that this world is offering us. May Allah give us tawfiq. Wa akhu da'wana alhamdulillah.